Have you ever tried to track down a court record in Colorado Springs and just hit a brick wall? It's like navigating a giant maze blindfolded, right? Well, most folks are going about it all wrong, and literally, one tiny mistake can waste hours of your time. Okay, let's dive into this.
Look, I get how frustrating it is. You type a name into a search bar absolutely sure something is there, and zero results. Or worse, you get funneled into one of those sketchy third-party sites demanding your credit card for what should be public info. No way. Today, we're fixing that. This explainer is your no-nonsense, step-by-step map to bypassing all that bureaucracy. I'm going to show you exactly where to look, what you're actually allowed to see, and how to get it without getting scammed.
All right, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We'll start by untangling the court record maze. Cover what you can actually see, walk through a step-by-step search guide, look at some common roadblocks, and wrap up with pro tips and legal safety. Let's get right to it.
First step, Section 1, the court record maze. Basically, where does your case actually live?
Okay, the absolute biggest mistake people make right out of the gate, searching the wrong database. Colorado Springs has a really fragmented system. There's no single magic search box. So think of it like an if-then rule. If you have a city ordinance violation, or maybe a local traffic ticket from a Springs police officer, then you need the municipal court on East Kiowa Street. Their max penalty is 189 days in jail. But if it's a state law issue, a felony, a civil suit over 25 grand, a divorce, or a probate matter, then you need the 4th Judicial District, also known as the El Paso County Combined Courts, over on South Tejon Street. Seriously, searching for a felony in the municipal database, you're going to get absolutely nowhere.
Moving on to Section 2, what you can actually see. Navigating public versus hidden records.
All right, let's set some expectations here. While Colorado's open records laws do make a lot of things public, the courts heavily restrict certain sensitive files. Juvenile and adoption records? Not public. Psychiatric evals? Not public. Cases sealed by a judge or unfiled police reports held by the DA? Nope, not public. And to protect victims and jurors, non-party identifying info is totally shielded. If you search for any of this stuff, you're not going to get a pop-up saying, "This is hidden." Nope. It'll just say 0 results, like the record doesn't even exist.
So the crucial point here is understanding the difference between a docket search and a record search. This trips beginners up all the time. A docket search is just a free scheduling tool. It tells you upcoming hearing dates and party names, but absolutely no actual case documents. A record search, though, gives you the register of actions. That's the juicy stuff. The actual history, the charges, the outcomes. But here's the catch. A record search through an authorized state vendor? Yeah, that's a paid service.
Section 3, step-by-step search guide. Finding what you need fast. Okay, grab a pen because you're going to want to follow this exact order. Go here first. Step 1, identify the correct court using that if-then trick we just talked about. Step 2, go online and search the free Colorado Judicial Branch docket tool. This just confirms the case actually exists and gets you that all-important case number. Then, step 3, once you have that number, use an authorized paid portal to pull the register of actions so you can see the actual charges. And step 4, if you need the physical pieces of paper, like a signed court order, you'll have to submit a formal request form.
Now, choosing how you search is absolutely crucial because it prevents you from getting scammed by predatory sites. If you're local, go to the in-person terminal in room S101 at the courthouse. It's completely free. If you're stuck at home, the official vendor, CoCourts, does a statewide combo search for $10.50. Another authorized vendor, Check Colorado, is $15. And if you literally need printed copies from the clerk, you're looking at 25 cents a page plus $1 if it needs to be certified.
So if you're at step 4 and you actually need a physical document, like a certified divorce decree, you can't just click download. You have to fill out a record request form and email it to the 4th Judicial District. Their address is 04researchrequest@judicial.state.co.us. Just a heads up, the standard turnaround time is about 3 business days. Oh, and if you want a written transcript of what was said in a hearing, that's a completely separate email process. Court audio isn't just floating around for the public to listen to.
Section 4, common search roadblocks. Basically, why am I not finding it?
Even if you follow all the steps perfectly, you might hit a weird bureaucratic quirk. I call this the Denver exclusivity problem. Get this, Denver County court records are completely excluded from the main state database. If you run a regular statewide search, Denver won't show up. You have to either search Denver's separate portal directly or pay an extra fee for a combo search on CoCourts.
This tricks so many people into thinking a record is clean when there's actually a case just hiding up in Denver.
Now, what's really interesting about this next point is that a court record search is not a complete criminal background check. A lot of people don't know this. A court record only shows cases where formal charges were actually filed in that specific court. It completely ignores arrests where the DA just decided not to press charges. If you want a full statewide arrest history, you have to go to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the CBI, and pay $6 for a fingerprint-based background check. Two entirely different systems for two entirely different purposes.
Just a few more quick traps to watch out for. Sealed records? Yeah, only the defendant can verify their own sealed record online through a special portal. Federal cases? Those aren't in the Colorado system at all. You need the National PACER database for that. Name misspellings? The system is incredibly literal. If you're off by one letter, you'll get 0 results. And again, don't waste time hunting for audio recordings of court hearings. You have to formally request written transcripts.
Section 5. Pro tips to save time. Some real-world efficiency hacks.
Okay, if you live anywhere near Colorado Springs, this is the ultimate hack. Walk right into the El Paso County Judicial Building. That's 270 South Tejon Street, and head straight to room S101. They have public access computer terminals that are 100% free to use. It totally bypasses those vendor fees we talked about, and you get direct access to public documents right on the screen. It is absolutely the smartest way to do deep research if you've got the time to go down there. Finally, Section 6, Trust and Legal Safety. Let's talk about protecting yourself. It's super important to be smart about this stuff. Let's do a quick recap so you're totally prepared. First, map your search. Know if you need municipal or the 4th Judicial District. Always start with the free online docket search to confirm the case number. Expect to pay small official fees for the Register of Actions or physical copies. If you need a full criminal history, cross-check with the CBI. And please, avoid those fake, hyped-up websites that promise everything for $50. Stick strictly to .gov sites or state-approved vendors like cohorts.
Now, an important reminder, this explainer is strictly for educational and informational purposes only. I am not providing legal advice. Court databases, fee structures, and public access rules change all the time. You should always verify your information directly with official Colorado court resources and clerk offices.
All right, ready to bypass the bureaucracy and find exactly the Colorado Springs court records you need? You've got the blueprint now, so you won't be wasting hours going in circles. Bookmark this explainer right now so you have it ready when you need it. And honestly, now that you know exactly how to look, whose hidden history are you going to uncover first? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.